What's up, Acolyte Squad? My name is Prince, and I'm an urban acolyte. John Boyega had a chat with Kathleen Kennedy about some of the interviews that he's conducted over the last 3 months, and I want to weigh in on it and give you guys my thoughts. All right, so this is coming from comicbook.com. I just want to read the statements from John Boyega. So he says, so I got on a phone call with Kathleen Kennedy, and she verbally showed support, and we got to have a really nice, transparent, honest conversation that is beneficial to both of us. I think these kinds of conversations, you can go into the realm of sounding like you're just trying to save your own career. But what is great now is that it is a conversation that anyone has access to. He continued, now people can express themselves about this, knowing that any character we love, especially in these big franchises like Marvel's and Star Wars, we love them because of the moments that they are given. We love them because of those moments and their heroic moments that these producers all decide for these characters. So we need to see that in our characters that are maybe black and from other cultures. Rather than merely being an airing of grievances, the actor previously expressed that he hoped these conversations would help make other people's tenures in the franchise that much more positive. There was a lot of explaining on their end in terms of the way they saw things, Boyega shared with the Hollywood Reporter earlier this month. They gave me a chance also to explain what my experience was like. I'd hope that me being so open with my career at this stage would help the next man, the guy that wants to be the assistant's DOP, the guy that wants to be a producer. I hope that the conversation is not such a taboo or elephant in the room now because someone just came and said it. All right. So if you're, I don't know, if you've been under a rock or just not paying attention to any of this stuff, you know, John Boyega was talking really about how the audiences were sold on the idea of Finn being a big integral part of the story. You know, I had the year one, basically this whole channel started because I saw Finn holding that lightsaber and people were saying that, you know, he would be the Luke Skywalker. He was going to be the guy, right? You go back and watch my first video about Star Wars that you can see on this channel. It wasn't my first video because I wasn't even doing Star Wars when this whole Urban Acolyte thing kicked off. Like, Urban Acolyte wasn't really that connected to Star Wars other than people used to say I was trying to, like, the way I was training, it was like I was trying to be a Jedi or something, you know, in real life with all the fitness and meditation, Tai Chi, internal martial arts stuff I was doing. And the way that I would talk about it sounded like a Jedi, you know, trying to teach people about the Force, except I wasn't talking about the Force or anything like that. That transition happened because of John Boyega playing Finn, right? The fact that y'all are watching me right now, otherwise I don't know where I'd be right now. Probably would have finished my Master of Divinity. I might be in California somewhere versus Thailand and married to my wife, who's at the mall right now. But my life could be completely different, and this YouTube channel would probably still be strictly about meditation and martial arts, or you know, me talking about the Bhagavad Gita, or actually the things that I'm getting ready to start doing over on my other channel, because I'm going to ramp things up over there. And I'm gonna just be real with y'all. I'm not really feeling the whole Star Wars community. You know, I'd rather go back to what I was doing before, you know, like training like a Jedi in the real world, and not doing it here, because I'm gonna just be real, a lot of y'all aren't interested in that. And part of that decision came, the reason I didn't say anything about the John Boyega interview in Esquire magazine, and some people were, Prince, I told you so. You didn't tell me a goddamn thing, right? I was pissed off after I read it because he was saying things that I was feeling but not really saying. He was voicing my experience here on YouTube with, you know, the racist Star Wars fans, right? I was catching that in the comments, and people, you know, wasn't nobody defending me when I was, I was waking up some days and I'd have some dude like going to like 50 videos and leaving nigger in all of the comments, right? So John Boyega's talking about this experience. And then on top of that, it's like, I'm not even getting support in the damn story. Like y'all aren't even backing me up, right? People are clowning me because they're like, what are you going to do in your next movie? Scream Ray? Oh, you're not doing a Star Wars movie. Or I guess you got to find something new to do because all you know how to do is scream Ray all through the movie. And it's like, I'm not writing this. I'm not producing anything. I don't have any control. That's just a character I'm playing, right? And on top of that, that's not even the character that's not the role that I signed up for. When you go back and look at the excitement when John Boyega was talking about, yeah, man, I didn't even know like what I was going to do. And when I'm interviewing with JJ, they called him back for like 7 different, rehearsals because what I keep saying, I don't think they intended for Finn to be black. Right. Go back and look at my video when I was like, yo, man, Finn had his lightsaber scenes cut in the first cut of The Force Awakens. They were playing up this big romance between Rey and Finn where she was enamored with him. I'm with the resistance. And then he's running around with the lightsaber that Rey didn't take. Maz gave the lightsaber to Leia. And then she was like, yo, it should be with Finn. Finn's running through Starkiller Base like he's a freaking Jedi, right? And they cut all of that out. None of that. It's like, oh, he gets a lightsaber at the end to be the chivalrous knight, the Dark Knight, the real Dark Knight, not Kylo Ren. The JJ was, oh, he's like a dark knight, a beautiful dark knight. Like, I don't really have anything nice to say about JJ Abrams. It's not personal. Like, I'm not like some of these people who, hate everything about the sequel saga and send death threats, because if you do that, you're a loser, right? But I don't have nice things to say about JJ in regards to this sequel trilogy, right? Other than, hey, JJ, thanks for, giving us 3 more movies. But it's like, when I hear, or not even hear, because I know these things, when I know how the story was going to go and things that, like Snoke, right? When I kept saying, well, Snoke is not this, Snoke is not Plagueis, Snoke is not Palpatine, Snoke is, because, when I'm reading all of these things from, production and these visual dictionaries and the art of books where JJ is commentating and he's like, yeah, well, the idea we had with Snoke was that he was something beautiful, but then he was twisted by the dark side. And it's like, oh, you mean how he was, raw genetic material from Palpatine? That was beautiful. And then he was twisted by the dark side through Sith alchemy. And then.
Guess what, bitch? Coronavirus!
Sorry. And then he was given, false memories. Like, basically, he's force sensitive, Grievous. Snoke is force sensitive Grievous, right? Except Grievous was a real dude. And, it's like, oh, well, we took the technology that Dr. Silo did for Grievous and we made Vader. And then we took it a step further and made, and made force sensitive androids, but they're not actually force sensitive. They're just pretending to have the force. I have a feeling that's what Moff Gideon is doing in The Mandalorian, except now it's like, yo, well, what if we take what Silo was doing, that work, but we take it a step further and actually have them be force sensitive, but we don't teach them how to use the force, but they have all the advantages that someone force sensitive would have. And we're either creating them for Moff Gideon to control, or this is another part of Palpatine's plan, which I think it's Palpatine's plan. Yeah, I just dropped y'all a straight up Moff Gideon theory video when I'm supposed to be talking about John Boyega, which is why, like, me flowing off the dome is better than 90% of the shit on YouTube from the Star Wars community. I'm not editing that out. I'm leaving it in there. If you hate me, you can suck my dick. At this point, I don't like this. I'm gonna be real with y'all. This could be my last Star Wars video. It probably won't, but the way I've been feeling lately is just like, I don't give a shit about Star Wars on YouTube. So it's like, you know what, Prince, just turn on the camera, say whatever you're going to say, turn the camera off, hit upload, and just keep it rolling, because like, I don't care anymore. Like, I really don't, right? I'm not having a meltdown. I'm not having a midlife crisis. I just don't enjoy this, right? I don't enjoy sitting down writing out all this deep Joseph Campbell shit when it's like, I just want to talk about Buddhism and meditation and visiting temples and my life here in Thailand. I don't feel like dealing with all the dumb shit from the Star Wars community anymore. And John Boyega helped me see that. When he started voicing his frustrations, I was like, I feel the same way. So maybe me making this video about him airing everything out with Kathleen Kennedy, now I'm airing this out with you guys, you know, on my channel and whoever else watches it, right? Like all of the Doomcock shit, I don't care. If you're dumb enough to believe Doomcock, then you're not somebody that I want to talk to, right? So people, oh, you're jealous. Why would I be jealous that there are people who I have it's like, I can't. It's only so many ways that I can get people to understand the YouTube. When you have a YouTube channel, you basically have a business, right? And for many people, it is a business, right? And for some people, their business is, I'm telling this story, and this story is very true, right? You're a vlogger, and everything is at the end of the day, it's a story, and you're showing people the story that you want them to see. And sometimes it's reality, like it's, everything you see is just like my real life. But there are other things that you don't see because the camera's not on 24/7, just like reality TV show. It's scripted reality TV, right? And then you got some people that are just like, yo, man, this is strictly entertainment. I'm going to tell my audience what they want to hear. Right? I'm going to tell them exactly what they want to hear, and they're going to think I'm the greatest. Right? I mean, look at, the people in America right now who don't believe, nobody voted for Joe Biden. Joe Biden, nobody even showed up to his press events, right? Know who voted for Joe, right? They don't, I'm not even going to get into all of that, but you understand what I'm saying? Like, if I'm like trying to, even when I'm flowing off the dome, I still feel like I'm dropping some knowledge. I still feel like I'm getting real deep. And there's an audience for that. And then there's an audience who just wants to, somebody probably reported this same article and they just dumped on Kathleen Kennedy. And their audience, that's what they want to hear. Those aren't the people that I want watching. Like, people think YouTube is just about views and subscribers. It kind of is, right? But where are your subscribers coming from? Where are your views coming from? If all that mattered was subscribers and views, hell, it's a bunch of click farms in somewhere in China somewhere where you can just pay them $150, $200, and you can, you can get all kind of subscribers and views on a whole bunch of videos. I heard it's some people that have really big Star Wars channels that did that to start their channels. I'm not going to say who, because I don't know. That's just what I heard from other people, other channels who won't make videos talking smack about them because, they need to, they need to protect their image of being the all positive channels who never say a bad thing about anyone. Right. But that's just what I heard, Maybe I heard it from them, while I was breaking bread with them. Who knows? I can neither confirm nor deny that those statements were said about those other channels, right? Because apparently I'm the only person that hates on a channel, even though I just like give my opinion. But, there's some weak-minded people out there where if I say anything that somebody doesn't like about somebody else, I hate on everybody because I'm a hater, man, right? I'm an adult, I only like, I don't really like liver. Does that mean I'm hating on liver? I don't really like Brussels sprouts. Am I hating on Brussels sprouts now? Actually like Brussels sprouts the way my wife does them, where she stir fries them, and I think she uses like bacon grease, like when she fries stuff, so it's infused with that bacon taste, right? So, it's like Brussels sprouts with a hint of bacon to them. It's kind of dope, right? And I know some of y'all are, I don't eat the pork meat. Well, I'm just going to tell you, never come to Thailand, because if you say you don't eat pork and, you follow, the dietary laws of Elijah Muhammad, right? Don't come to Thailand, because we got Muslims here, but I know I was riding a bus and I saw a lady in hijab tearing up some pork rinds. I'm just saying, they don't eat beef here, but they eat a lot of pork, right? That might be why it ain't a lot of black folks here, except for Africans. That's a topic for my other channel, though. But anyway, real talk, because I need to wrap this up. This has gone on long enough, and I'm not even talking about John Boyega. I don't know if John Boyega will come back to Star Wars. I know he said that if they did an animated thing and they had Finn and Poe and Rey, they bring the big three back from the sequel saga, he would be interested in that. Some people, he's just trying to cover his butt. He's just trying to get some of that Disney bucks. The people who said that, look, man, you don't know shit, right? At the end of the day, this is a business. And you never slam the door, but when he made those statements, look, he'd already sat down, broke bread, hashed things out with these people. And they were like, and it's like I said, he's an adult. It's like, yo, man, I didn't have a good time. I didn't enjoy my experience with the sequel saga, and Disney were wrong for that. And I commend him for doing that. Like the dude who's playing Cyborg. What do y'all got to say about that? Oh man, he took the money, and now look, man, like now Zachary Snyder might be the helming more DCEU movies, right? And Cyborg is supposed to play a big part in the Snyder version of the Justice League, the Snyder cut. And then if they're going to do more, then I imagine Cyborg. So that means, what's his name? Ray somebody he's gotta come back for that, even though he's like, yo, man, Jeff Johns, you can suck a dick. All these people at Warner Brothers, DC, y'all can suck a dick. Y'all were wrong. Right?
Coronavirus!
It's like this, man. This is a business. And if you go into someplace, if you go into a job and it's not even a job, because they're not employees. They are independent contractors, right? If you're an actor, this is not really your job. Yeah, it's your job to make believe, but, you're an independent contractor. They might say they don't need you, but they need you. They need somebody speaking those lines and playing that part, right? Yeah, you're expendable to some degree. You're replaceable, unless you're Chadwick Boseman. Apparently, you're not replaceable at all. If you're Chadwick Boseman, if something happens to Chadwick Boseman, then we got to get rid of the whole character completely. I'm not hating on Chadwick Boseman. Rest in peace. But y'all who've seen my Black Panther videos about recasting Black Panther, y'all know what I mean when I say that, right? But my point is, you're not really an employee. So, but if you go to your job and you have some legitimate gripes, some legitimate complaints, and you're like, look, this is making my work experience extremely difficult, and these people are making things difficult. I mean, I don't know what jobs y'all have. And I mean, I'm going to be real, like, just honestly, as an employee, I never thought about doing that. I was just of the mind, I got a job, I'm going to suck it up and deal with whatever I have to. Maybe that's just me being raised by my grandparents during, who grew up in the Jim Crow South in Nashville, Tennessee, right? But I've seen it, right? I had a job, a government job, a good job, where, me being a veteran, I had an employee, I'll never be able to work there again because I'm saying this, but hell, at this point, I don't plan on returning to America if I can help it. So it probably won't even matter, right? But they said that I made them feel unsafe, and they went and circulated a document. Prince makes us feel unsafe at work. he does martial arts and he's a veteran and he might have PTSD, and he talks with other veterans who teach knife fighting, and he carries a knife with him to work, even though it's just a pocket knife tool, because I was an electrician in the Navy and I'm used to carrying tools with me. And sometimes at work, we actually needed my little Gerber that I was walking around with, right? Now, I'm just saying, if you're somewhere and there's 50 people there and you're afraid that I can knife all 50 people, that's a problem that you need to deal with. Maybe you need to get off your fat ass and work out, or take some self-defense lessons or something, or, learn how to pick up a phone and dial, scream help or something. Shit, I don't know. But somebody said that I made their work area, not hostile, but they felt unsafe, right? And then I'm sitting, this is why I said I can never go back there and work. I'm sitting and I've got to sign a document and go through an interview with internal affairs about why these people feel unsafe with me on the job, right? So you can have legitimate gripes about your workplace and voice them, and things will happen if you make enough noise, apparently. Now, I didn't get fired, but I was told if I ever find out about this, I cannot retaliate. I cannot talk about it publicly because I signed a document. And if I do, I face termination. I'm talking about it now, but this was, this was 5 years ago. And like I said, I don't have any plans on returning to America, so I guess if anybody even now, I just blabbed it on YouTube to the whole world. I guess I can never go back there and work. Oh, well, if I had to, I would do everything in my power to not go back to Tennessee. So it really wouldn't matter. I'm not trying to work for the state of Tennessee ever again. And that's not anything bad. I just don't want to live in Tennessee. I kind of like warm weather in the beach after living literally like where I'm pointing in that direction is like 100, literally where I'm sitting. I'm like 100 yards from the beach right now. Right. So yeah, but my point is people are not having good experiences on set. And it's like, look, if this continues, it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. It's going to be a problem. I'm going to say it now. John Boyega's in a situation where he's producing his own stories. He can just stay. He's got that Star Wars money. He's going to be making residual money from Star Wars. As long as Star Wars is around, he's going to be making his residual money, because at some point in time, these sequel movies, if they make new movies for the next generation, let's say we don't get anything Star Wars for another 10, 15 years. And then the next group of little kids comes along and they see Rey and Finn and Poe, and they'll like the movies and they'll be popular again, just like people hated the prequels. And then when the sequels came out, oh, the prequels weren't so bad, right? Or you got, I doubt, I would hope that my little cousins aren't watching this video where I didn't said, you can suck a dick, you can fuck you can suck a dick, whatever. But for them, they love the prequels, right? It's like, what's the scariest thing in Star Wars? For me, scariest thing in Star Wars, when Luke was hiding from Vader on the Death Star in Return of the Jedi. My little cousin is like, when Dooku chopped off Anakin's arm, and I was like, that was scary. But, I was a grown ass man when I saw that. Baby Wade was Baby Wade. Shout out to Baby Wade. Love you, cuz. He was Baby Wade when he saw that. So yeah, that was scary for him, right? It's going to be some people who see no fault in what happened with Finn, or they're going to love Rey. And when you go back and tell them, people thought Rey was a Mary Sue, and they're going to be like, well, first off, what is a Mary Sue? And then why would people think that? I love Rey. She's great, right? They'll have no issues with Rey Palpatine or any of that, and they'll be shocked. They'll be shocked and surprised. And maybe they'll look and say that they knew Snoke was Palpatine all along, without ever having seen him. Who knows what little kids will be thinking 15, 20 years from now when they see these movies, right? Or, if Nisa and I have a kid and I show them Star Wars, You know, who knows what my kid will think. That would kind of be a fun thing. Maybe it'll be a way to bring back the channel, you know, when I'm old and don't really want to do it. Because, hell, I'm old enough and I don't really want to do it now. Just being real. Just keeping it real. You know, I like doing this, though. I like just getting on the hot mic and just talking to y'all about this stuff. It's kind of why, like, when we get moved to Bangkok, I'm really thinking about an Off the Dome podcast. I'm kind of feeling like YouTube and geek culture. Geek culture for me is not what YouTube geeks want to see. Not talking about, I'm just in general, overall, right? You know, I'd like to talk to the lady that I can never remember her name, but the lady that did the motion capture for Ahsoka, because I have a feeling that either she or Amy Johnson, I think we might see Ahsoka do some fighting in The Mandalorian, just because of something that Amy Johnson posted on Instagram. And if you're like, who the hell is Amy Johnson? Remember, I don't follow all these Bespin bulletins and all these on social media. I follow stunt people. I follow martial arts people. The martial arts people who are doing stunts, who are doing the fight scenes for the MCU movies, DC, Star Wars, because they all run in the same circle. Like if I hadn't hopped on a plane and came to Bangkok before all the COVID stuff happened, I would have been going to out to Reseda to joining against, I don't know the name of Jam. But it's in Reseda, the same city where Cobra Kai is supposed to happen. Cobra Kai Dojo, right? Where that really is it's a gym where all these stunt people go and train, right? I wanted to go there and start taking lessons and start rubbing elbows with all these stunt people, because it's like, oh, so-and-so's not here this week to teach this class. Oh, like the guy who owns the gym is the stunt double for T'Challa. He was the stunt double for Killmonger. He was the stunt double for he's fucking Captain America now. I'm talking about Sam Wilson, right? So like the gym is closed because of COVID, but like I follow him. It's like, oh, he hopped on a flight to Hungary or wherever they finished. They did the last filming for what is it? Falcon and the Winter Soldier, right? He was out there, and it's like, oh, well, because what's his name? Aaron is out there. They're finishing up the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. That's geek culture for me, is following these badass people who are actually making the action happen, right? There's other people, oh, well, so-and-so on Reddit has all the inside tips, and they have this theory that I don't care about that stuff, man. I want to know what these people are doing who are like making the action happen, because I want to train with them. Those are the people I want to know. That's the story I want. So like, I'm telling y'all, live, I'm not going to edit this out. it's going to be a 35-minute YouTube video. If y'all watch it, you watch it. If you don't, fuck you. You're not watching it, so you don't know that I said that anyway. So y'all who've seen to this point, tell them the Prince says fuck you for not watching me just flow off the dome like this, right? But I want to have an Off the Dome podcast where I go over the geek culture news that I think is interesting. I rant, and then maybe I start getting some of these stunt people on. I'm in Facebook groups with them. I got access to them. I know people who know them. I follow them on social media, hit them in the DMs, ask some of my friends who have directed stuff that they've been in or party with them, like Mulan. I didn't do a review for Mulan. I wanted to, I didn't get around to it, but Roger and Ron Ewan are both in that movie, and it was funny because my big cuzzo Ben Ramsey was at a Mulan showing party at Ron Ewan's house, right? And I like, he's like, somehow I got in the post, right? And I was like, oh man, that's awesome. You're with Ron. I said, it was crazy. I said, but wasn't Roger in it too? And Ben was like, no, Roger wasn't in it. And then Ron came in like later, cause I'm, Thailand time different. I wake up the next day. Ron was like, yeah, Roger was in it too. I was like, yeah, I know, because they showed Ron, you were in a scene, and then the very next scene, Roger was in it. It was like, they swiped to the Mongolians or whoever the bad guys are supposed to be in the live action one. And it's like, we're seeing Ron with Donnie Yen and Mulan, they're talking, and then boom, next shot, here's Roger talking to Jason Scott Lee's character. I was like, what the hell? Like, I told Nisa, I was like, those two guys, they just showed their brothers in real life, but they're on opposite sides in the movie. That's how much of a geek I am when it comes to like action movies and stunt people. That's the stuff I'm interested in. Oh, how did they do that fight scene? How did they set that up? Who did that? When I talk about why Tom Holland is the best Spider-Man, in my opinion, because Tom Holland he trained, like he already did gymnastics and stuff growing up, but then he took it another step to prepare when he was like, oh, I'm going to be Spider-Man. Oh, I need to get back on top of my tumbling game. It was like you put Andrew Maguire or Toby Maguire and Andrew. I just made up a new person, an amalgam of Andrew, of Toby and Andrew, right? Hey man, let me see you do some flips. Let me see you do some Spider-Man shit. They can't do it. Tom Holland can do it. When he's 30, he'll probably still have it. This dude is like, I want to play Spider-Man as long as I can, right? That's my Spider-Man. That's my dog, right? That's what I live for, man. So I don't know, like maybe I was joking with oh shoot, man, why did I forget people's names? Like especially people who are subscribed to my channel and were Facebook friends. But I was commenting the other day, I was like, it's like people just want me to, I was like, I sit down, I write a script, I dig into Joseph Campbell, I bring out all this really deep stuff. Video doesn't really get that many views except from the hardcore people who watch everything, who I greatly appreciate. I make a video where all I'm doing is reading the news and everybody goes crazy, right? I have somebody was like, dude, you got a video with 1 million views. How come you can't do that anymore? Well, first off, it's not easy if I could just spit out a 1 million view video anytime I feel like it, please believe me, I would. Because if I did that once a week, right? If I did a one time a week, I'm going to put out a video that gets 1 million views, right? In 2 months, I'd be able to buy pretty much any house that I want in Thailand, right? I say that I want, not one of these big mega mansions, but a house that I and my wife would want, something with like 3-4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and a yard for her to grow plants and for me to do kung fu and make some cool kung fu videos from other channel, right? What? Maybe 120 grand would buy that, what is that, like 4 million baht? Yeah, 4 million baht, 5 million baht. I could buy pretty much any house that we would want. It would be more than enough house, brand new, not even, it'd be cheaper if we build it ourselves, right? Then you're just paying for the land and then you get a good deal on all the stuff to build. Man, see, I'm talking about Thailand stuff. That's why I need to focus on my other channel, because that's all about life in Thailand, martial arts, meditation, kung fu, training, like the stuff that goes into being an urban, the stuff that I started out doing on YouTube, right? But I'm just saying, if I had the ability to spit out a 1 million view video anytime I feel like it, please believe me, I would. But it's funny because the videos that have the most views are me talking about the news. And I'm just like, maybe I just need to turn on the camera, talk about the news, and say, all right, may the force of others be with you. Y'all keep on breathing. Force of others be with you. Bye. Because it's like, what's the point? What's the point of me putting in a whole lot of effort when, I can go do something that requires a lot of effort that I enjoy and I actually enjoy it. Otherwise, I might as well just, here's something to talk about. And and people, you might be listening, you're like, well, Prince, why don't you just do that? Like I keep saying I have a YouTube coach. My YouTube coach is Daryl Eves. No secret. He coaches Mr. Beast. Daryl has completely changed the way that I look at YouTube, the way I think about YouTube, the way I want to create content on YouTube. There's a reason that Mr. Beast is who he is, right? Like I don't want to go into that because, I can't be giving away trade secrets, but the way that I view YouTube and what I just read the news and go, that's not the way that, that's a way some people can win, right? I know like Den of Nerds does that and his channel is exploded, right? I remember when he was just starting out and right. So there's nothing wrong with that. There's plenty of people who do that, right? But see, I don't want to break in. I don't want to start talking about the algorithm and stuff that if you're not trying to, well, if you had a YouTube channel and I was like coaching you, I would be more willing to, because this is like inside stuff, right? Go watch the Vid Summit, the digital Vid Summit from this year. And you might kind of, because I know Mr. Beast did a presentation. I haven't watched it yet, but I know a lot of that Vid Summit stuff like starts to get into. Is it Vid Summit? Vid Summit is the one Daryl does. I'm not talking about VidCon. VidCon is bullshit. Yeah, Vid Summit, where like all of the top people on YouTube get together and they like start talking about trade secrets. But basically, it's like this stuff is like reactive. It's reactive content. Yeah, I'm not doing a reaction. But it's like, that's why I was like, whenever, for Star Wars people, if there's not a Star Wars thing happening, there's a lull. Like everybody couldn't wait until The Mandalorian dropped the trailer and then The Mandalorian is out. Like Star Wars Meg, it does nothing but Mandalorian stuff. And I'm like, what's going to happen when The Mandalorian's over? What's she going to do then? Like, it's awesome. She went from barely getting 1,000 views on a video to now, like, any video could jump out 50,000 views. Like, she's going to do 1 million views this month, probably 1 million, over 1 million in December. And that's good for her. But what's going to happen when the January drop off comes and there's no more Mandalorian? Like, is it back to Reddit theories and reading about the High Republic, making videos about that? It's reactive content, right? You're always waiting on the next big story. And that's why I was like, I don't want to do news reviews and updates because you're always waiting on the next big story unless you're Mike Zero or Doomcock and you make one up. See? People tell me y'all that are listening, like whenever you see people are like, oh, you're dumb, you don't know. It's like, yo, man, I'm so smart that I know everybody else's game plan before they even know it, right? I'm 3 steps ahead because I have the Force, dog. I'm not just like saying that. I'm not just sucking my own dick saying that. Like I'm serious. I really do have the Force, right? But I know everybody's strategy because like I study this stuff. Right? I study it when I ought to be making videos. Like this week, I haven't made any videos because I've been studying YouTube for my other channel. Right? I was telling, my homeboy, Who cannot? Sorry, y'all. My wife is back from the mall. You know what? I'm not editing anything out of this video. I'm just going to upload it raw the way it is. Because y'all just got to look into my life. It's almost like a live stream or something. Matter of fact, I'm going to set it for a premiere. So this will be like a live stream, just like I'm talking to y'all live, except I'm probably going to be in bed when y'all are watching this. But hey, man, my wife is back. I want to spend some time with Nisa. So I'm going to end it on this one. I appreciate y'all for listening to my rant, because I needed to get some stuff off my head. And yeah, straight up off the dome. If there is an off the dome podcast, it'll be kind of like this, starting out, where I just share everything. Maybe I'll have an outline, I don't know, or maybe it'll be truly off the dome. But you know what? If I do the Off the Dome podcast, I'll have more than one article to talk about, right? So it might be This Week in Geek Culture. Maybe that'll be a segment. And then, but it's not going to be just, oh, this is a Star, because we don't need another Star. We don't need another Star Wars podcast from me. If that's what you want to do, you do it. I know one guy was writing me, Prince, I got this thing I want to do and I need to talk to you. You don't need to talk to me about it. Just do it. If you have something that you've been wanting to do, a project, and you feel like you want to talk to me about it, just do it, right? Because if you do talk to me about it, I'm going to say, show me what you got. Well, I haven't started it yet. Hey, man, I don't give a fuck if it exists in the ether. Do it, and then let me see it, and then I'll tell you what I think. Especially if it's a YouTube thing, because yo, man, like seriously, at some point, I might actually get into YouTube coaching. I'm probably a better YouTube coach than a creator, right? I study this platform, right? Fucking do it, man. Do the thing, and then talk later. Work now, talk later, right? And, and I keep talking about, I want to do my other channel and podcast. I got hours of footage that I need to go look at and start cranking out some videos over there for those of you who have been waiting on me to start posting to that channel. So I need to go fucking do it and talk later about what's coming over there. I don't want to, I started to tell y'all, but I'm not, because I need to fucking do it and then tell y'all when it's there, right? Maybe it'll be private, like, okay, these are the videos that are coming. They're already there. They're just not published yet. They will go live next month, next week, whenever the big coming out party is, when everything's going to go live there. Right. All right. My wife is over here twerking. So that means I need to get off and go handle my business. Huh? They can hear you. Well, they can't hear you yet, because I'm just recording. But I'm not editing anything out of this video. Huh? 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 You told me you was handsome style, right? She talking shit. All right, y'all. That's that. I'm gonna end it on that one. So thanks for watching. Thanks for hanging out. Y'all keep on breathing. I'll see you on the next video.